All right. Hey guys, welcome to our Zooming. Zooming's just awesome because we get to really connect and see each other. So if you are on the call, we just ask that you mute your phones now, and you can do that either on the Zoom. It just takes a minute. I know some of us have used this before, and some of us are new to it. So either way, it's a great way to video chat with people. You don't need to use a computer. You can literally use an iPhone or an Android, or you can call in. So it's just a very easy way for us to connect together as a team. So I did send out an email of our schedule for March Madness and what we're going to be doing. So it should be a lot of fun. But first, I want to introduce our guest today because we have an amazing speaker, and I'm just so thrilled and honored that this person said, yes, I can do this for you. So just so you guys know, FYI, we're all entrepreneurs and we're all learning from each other. So it's not, I used to think like, oh, this person is in the video and they must know everything, or this person has packed classes but really the people that are doing this for the right reasons, meaning they're business owners, but they're in their heart, they know they're filling their heart and they're just expanding their brand and sending their message out there. I look for those people and I seek them out and I grab them and I just learn so much from them. So just try to be open-minded. I think that's one of the biggest mistakes I made way back in the day, where I was like, I'm on my path. I don't need to watch anybody else. And while we don't need to watch anybody else, but we can learn from other people, which is why these calls are so important. So first up, I'm going to introduce our guest for today. This is a 2-star diamond coach. So if you are familiar with how Beachbody works, basically this person has rank and status of a 2-star. They have a team of people all working toward the same goals. They've been a coach since 2013, so not very long, like a year and a half. It's kind of a new thing, and he's just taken off with this. So Trey's also been in Success Club for over 23 months. And what that means is this is not just saying, oh, Success Club, I'm just pushing a bunch of challenge packs. These are lives that he's changing and people that he's introducing Beachbody to and getting them involved with what our mission is, which is helping other people goals. So without further ado, I will introduce you guys to Trey, and thank you so much for being on today.
Well, thank you.
How do I get you to be like the main person?
I think you click on my name.
Okay. Done. You're the main person.
I'm the main guy.
I can mute everyone else, right?
Yes.
Hey, pay attention to the phone.
Let's see. I don't want to mute you. Aha. Unmute. Got it. Boom.
Okay. I'll start off by just quickly going over my story. It's nothing big, guys. I'm not anything awesome. Meredith, I do appreciate that shout out, though. You made me feel really good. But I'm just a regular guy from New York, not the city. We're in the middle of the woods where there's nothing special up here except for different types of cows and chickens and all that fun stuff. But yeah, I've been a coach for about 23 months now. And I was just a discount coach. I was just here to help my girlfriend get up to Emerald. I started seeing my girlfriend get on these coach calls. And I was like, wow, what is that all about? Like, tell me more about what this is. And that's when she introduced me to Scotty Hobbs. I saw him on YouTube. I was like, man, that guy's a really cool guy. Down to earth. And just real, So basically, when I saw him doing all this stuff, like spreading up and everything like that, I was thinking, why can't I do that? Why can't I be that guy with this opportunity? And that's when I decided to just go all in with this. After about 8 months of doing Beachbody, I came to a decision where I needed to be either a New York State correctional officer. So people, oh, there we go. That's quiet.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. So after 8 months of Beachbody, I was faced with either becoming a New York State correctional officer, guarding the prison jail cells and stuff, or continuing on with Beachbody and just kind of following my dream. And, to others and as fellow entrepreneurs, you guys know that it's not comfortable. It's not the traditional thing to do to follow a MLM business or, your dreams, and to just do what's comfortable and do the 9 to 5 job and stuff like that. So I decided, I don't want to go after, I don't want to do the whole prison guard thing. I want to do what's going to make me happy and follow my passions. So that made a lot of people upset. That made my family upset. A lot of my friends were like, what are you doing with your life? And I didn't care because this is something that made me happy. But after talking with Meredith and just kind of comparing our teams and the go-getters, the people that are on this call, taking the time out of their day to get on here, I mean, we both decided, we both came to the conclusion, like, we're all dreamers and we're all go-getters. And, we're the type of people who like to have fun and like to be creative and do stuff like that and do jobs like that. We see what others are doing and how they're on autopilot with their life, and we don't want that. We want better. We get shit done. We're just the different type of people. So, as those type of people who get things done, you have to shift your Facebook, or at least your social media, differently. So, I mean, as you can tell, you probably noticed that we don't use Facebook the same way we used to as we did in college. We don't put up posts. We put up posts that have like purpose. So, we're not doing keg stands, or we're not doing bong rips or anything like that anymore. We've got valuable posts that we're putting on there, and that's what match your brand. And that's kind of what we want to talk about today, is how to sell your story versus selling like a challenge pack, or how to brand yourself. And it's actually so easy to do. And once you figure it out, hammer it down, keep going with it. It's so easy. But like, how to figure out your brand. First, I know when I start up with coaches, I always talk about like their strengths and what they like to do and who they are. That's always the first thing is what they want to do, like what their vision is. So first, take the time to identify who you are. I mean, we've got a whole reality of different people out there. Some people are, mothers, they're fathers, they're fashion queens, or they're firefighters. Some might be like devoted Christians, or they might be a rebel rock star who just wants a good adrenaline rush. We're all different. We're all different rays of life in this company. But once you can get that identified of like really who you are, like 5 things of who you want to be, hammer that down. And the second thing is you want to do is things that you like, or like your strengths. What are you good at? Like, are you good at writing? Like my girlfriend, she can talk forever. So I was like, you know what? You might as well be a blogger, because people will read what you have to say. You've got a lot to say. You might as well turn that into something good. But obviously we're into fitness, like we love Beachbody. We love all the programs and Shakeology. But what else is there about you that you like, or that you have a strength of? I mean, maybe you're into like Pinterest, like DIY crafts, or glamour and like fancy things, like Lindsay Matway. She always puts up like a purse or something on there, Maybe it's like your pet, or your family. Maybe that's stuff that you like and that you like talking about and you can connect with people about. Or maybe just traveling the world, or maybe just baking muffins. It's simple things like that. But after this call, you should really just sit down and just think, what is my brand? Who am I? What do I want to get out of this? And just really stuff like that. Now, a really cool project that I tell my coaches to do is follow coaches that you enjoy, that you admire, that you're just like, oh, they're so perfect. Oh my God, what is it that you like about them? Like when you look through their posts on social media, what is it that you're just like, oh, that's so cool, that's so badass, I want to be able to do that too. Whatever it is, study that and figure out what it is that you like about that. And then make it your own. I'm not saying go out there and go be Lindsay Matway or go be Scotty Hobbs, but figure out like what is it that you like from each different coach and make it your own. Bring it together and make it your own, because that would be part of your brand right there. I talk about Scotty Hobbs a lot, but a really good example of Scotty is that, if you're one of his followers, you know he's got like motivational videos like crazy that, I mean, I could listen to that guy speak every day, but he's real, he's relatable, and it's easy to see that he's just a down to earth dude, and you can tell that he fought to make his business work. I mean, he even shares like some of the worst times that he's ever had, and that's cool. And if you watch his videos, I mean, he's just surrounded with his kids. He has babies crying in the background. He has kids climbing all over him. But I mean, that's his brand. He's showing people that he's a successful business owner with like, I don't know, he's got like 18 kids or something now. But he finds time to make it work. He has time for his team and to build his business. And like that's his brand, is that he's a father. It's awesome. Speaking of videos, I mean, Caleb Thomas. I mean, if you guys have seen some of his awesome videos, I mean, he makes funny videos that he talks a lot about, like his faith, and he shares adventures with his dog. And he's got a really witty sense of humor. Like you can really tell from his videos that that's his brand. And if you're one of his followers as well, you can tell that he was a waiter, or I think he like sold his blood or something to have extra money. But he's constantly putting that right back out there. He's kind of like recycling his brand so that he can connect with these people. I mean, for example, Kaylee, my girlfriend Kaylee, she's a waitress and she absolutely hates her job. And she's starting a campaign where on her like page where it's targeting only waitresses, so females through ages 25 to 35 that are in the food industry. She's targeting them, and she's putting up posts about how one day she's going to be able to get out of this job where she's tired of kissing people's butts and just saying, all right, thank you, sir, and all this stuff. She really has to work for her wages, and that sucks, but that's what she's targeting, those people. She's bringing in people that are like her. She's not being fake and going after people who, I don't know, who just love the Bible or love opera. I mean, she's going right after the people that she can connect with, who know what it feels like to be in that position. Even Meredith. I mean, you can see on Meredith that like her personality and like her smile just shines in her post, and you can see that she always creates these really valuable like fitness tips or nutrition tips. I mean, even if you've seen like some of her high kicks on like Turbo Kick, it's like get out of the way when she's in there, But I mean, those are just some examples of branding and how to really sell your story, not the challenge pack. Because when you can sell your story, that's going to bring people in that want to know more what you're doing. Like, wow, I see they're doing this 21-day fix. I want to know more what that's about, So, once you've identified who you are, and what you want your brand to stand for, I think you should just have fun with it. I mean, show people on Facebook how you are like out of your mind, blown away, how awesome this opportunity is. I mean, you can say like your own personal story, how you were hesitant about becoming a coach, and that you only expected to make like $50 for gas mileage or for gas money, but you actually paid for your month's payment for your car. Like, you lose your mind over it, And another thing you could do is maybe you just want to be a discount coach and just get a discount on Shakeology, but you've hammered this down for the past year, and now you're actually going on a free trip to Cancun. Like, that is nuts. That will make people just go crazy if you share that. And take the same scenario. Sell your story. Do it with with your programs. When you're posting about how you just did Max 30 or 21-day fix. Don't just get on there and say, oh, here's a sweaty picture and here's me kissing my Shakeology. I just did Max 30. Like, people don't know what Max 30 is. They don't even know what a challenge group is. It's kind of like that saying, what is it? Facts tell, stories sell. That's so true. People want stories, and like I said, instead of giving those ugly, sweaty pictures or you kissing your Shakeology cup, share your story, share your weakness, share what you're going through during that workout. One thing I always say is I was very, 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 very hesitant about doing the 21-day fix because I saw the containers and I was like, there's no way that I'm going to be not starving or I'm just going to be miserable, But what I found was that I'm actually full all the time. and I actually lost 5 pounds my first week. You know, when you get down and share with people what you're going through and your story, people are stalkers on Facebook. They're gonna see what you're doing, you know, and you know, another post you could put up instead of just saying, you know, I've got my max 30 done. You know, you can really go into detail and say, you know, the last thing that I wanted to do was wake up this morning an hour early when I'm in my comfortable bed and jump around and get sweaty and destroy my body with max 30. But, you know, I'm on a mission to lose this muffin top and like hashtag it like, you know, mission bye muffin top. I don't know, you know, like just throw some humor in there as well. But, you know, people are going to relate to your story. They're going to relate to your weakness and your struggle, and they're going to see that you're a real person and that you're relatable, and they're really going to glue onto that. So, you know, people don't care about, you know, oh, 21 Day Fix is on sale for $140 this month. Like, they're like, whoa, what is the 21 Day Fix? You know, they don't care what a phytonutrient is or a superfood is. They want to know, like, will this work? What's your story? What's going on with you? What have you found? And they want to hear those hesitations and the things that you've overcome for struggles. But, you know, blow their minds away, because they want to see what you're doing. They want to see that you're blown away and that you're just having out of control fun with this business. And, you know, the best thing about this business is that it costs 15, or I think it's 17 now. It is up here in New York. It's like $17 to run a business. And so, you know, you can figure out what your brand is or what people like, what people don't like for $17 a month. I mean, that's such a cool thing that you can take those risks and figure out what people like, what time of the day they like, if they like fitness at night or if they like motivation in the morning, what it is. But for $15 a month or 17, whatever it is, that's such a cool risk that you can take to figure out what they want. But really, branding really comes down to just being yourself. Like, whatever it is that you like, if you're a mother, if you're a father, if you're a firefighter, whatever it is, you know, hammer it down, show those people what's going on with your life. Because when they see what you're doing or what you're passionate about in your life, you're going to be like that go-to guy where they want to say, all right, I see that you're doing this Body Beast program. Tell me more about it. What is this? It's all I see. I've been watching you for a while. Even if they don't come right off the bat right to you right then, they're watching you guys. I'm telling you, Facebook is stalkers. It's all they are. They're watching you. Keep, you know, for your brand, keep recycling it. Keep telling little bits of information on what's going on with your life. Like I said, Kaylee, and I'll just end it as quickly as possible, but Kaylee does that. The girlfriend, the waitress, you know, she'll put up little videos like how much she just can't stand the service, or, you know, there's a countdown like 58 days until I'm a full Beachbody coach. Like, people are watching her. They want to see if this is something that's really going to happen, that she's going to stick with. So it's really cool to see all those, you know, other people who have gone through, and people's lives aren't perfect, you know, like they want to see that, and she's showing them that. So it's really cool. That's her target audience. That's her brand. Same thing with us. Figure out what you want to do with your brand, where you want to go with it, and hammer it down nonstop. Recycle it. Whew.
That's awesome. So I have a couple questions.
Okay.
So first off is, you know, because branding has always been like one of my things that trips me up the most. Like who am I? Am I a turbo kick instructor? Am I this person? Am I that? And it really, you're so right. I love how you say, like, it just comes out with talking about your story. So I guess my first question is for somebody that's like, okay, I got to get excited about my brand. Like, how do what would you say? Like, you talked about writing 5 things down that you like and that you want to be. What would you do to start presenting yourself in those ways? Like, for instance, if I like, you know, a sports team, like how would I bring that into my brand?
Well, let's say that's a good question too. And guys, I'm not a social media expert or anything like that. I'm just sharing what's been working well for me. But like, if say you were like Chelsea Blush, I mean, she lives right in Orlando. She shares that she likes going to basketball games, but it's cool because And what you can do is, if you're at like a baseball game or something, snap a picture. And if it's like noon, you're living the freedom of being able to do what you love when you want to do it. Like that would be really cool. And that's what's going to make people be like, man, I want to be Meredith. Like, that's so cool that she can do that with her life.
My husband posts pictures of us like on the boat. I mean, my husband works full time, but we go out on the boat a lot, and people are like, do you guys even work? Like, what do you do down there? Which actually brings up a lot of great conversation, because he does help me run my business and he does a lot of logistics for it. But yes, we do work and we have work hours. But yeah, I mean, it's so true. Okay, so my other question is, what can we do right now? Because a lot of us, we see the vision and we see the bigger picture of things. But what's something that we can do today, right now? And what would you say, like consistency, posting 3 times a day? Like, what would be your best practices?
Oh yeah, consistency is key. I mean, and a lot of people think like, oh my God, I post so much, but you want to be on the top of that news feed, But if you've ever read The Compound Effect, these small things like posting 3 times a day, holy Lord, they add up to something so big. Where, like, even if you're just running 3 people in your challenge group right now, like that's going to add up where it's like referrals. That's just going to disperse where you get a bunch of people and you're running 60 people in your challenge group like a year later. But those small things, being consistent that's what this business is all about, is consistency. And something that you can do every day. To be honest with you, I would start with a campaign. Like, I mean, even something as simple as just starting the 21-day fix, day 1. Take a picture of yourself, day 1, first start, and and get on PicMonkey and like put day 1 right on it in the background, and then every single day compare that picture one to each other and show people your transformation as you're going through the whole thing. I mean, we did that and like our business just blew up, and it wasn't the best site. I mean, we had parts of our body that we weren't comfortable with, but when you do that, when you get out of your comfort zone, like people want to see that, and we did. We just shared what we were going through that day. Like, man, I really did not want to work out today, but we got it done. Or, I mean, we did it through Thanksgiving, and that was really cool when you can say, yeah, my family they were all crushing wine the whole time, and we had to stick with it. Yes, it was hard, but we've got a goal that we want to do, and we want to show people that this is something that really can work. Start with that. Start with like a little campaign of like bye muffin top, the hashtag, if you want. Make up your own campaign, because people are going to start following that and seeing what's going on. Like, wow, look at day 1 compared to day 12. Like, there's such a difference. I want to know more about that.
No, I think that's awesome. Like documenting. I mean, I remember like it sucked. Like when I was, after I had my baby, it was horrible. Like I couldn't work out the way I wanted to. I wasn't fit. I was in that like really low part, but I documented so many things with videos and pictures and not comparing. I didn't do that like day 1 to day 12. I would compare like a couple months, but
right.
I remember just putting yourself out there and putting yourself out there more than once. I think that's one of the things I think I could have done a better job at. I would post my story and be like, well, I already posted it. Like that story lives on. That's a struggle that you've lived through. So I try to post my story like a few times a month, and I probably should do a better job at doing that more. But it's so true, like just documenting what you're doing and living your life and sharing it. Awesome.
Yeah.
Trey, you rock so much. I will send, because we're at like lunchtime hour right now. So if we have any questions for you, where can we contact you?
Right on Facebook. Get right on there, and you can message me anytime.
Sweet. I'll post the link to your Facebook page. And one more question. How did you get your videos done? I shared one of your videos with our team, and like people were like, "Whoa, that's awesome!" And so people were like, "Wait a minute, that guy, he talks too fast," or and it's just what people are attracted to, Right. And like, but I personally love your style, and I love how you do all that. Can you give us like in like 20 seconds like how you do all that? Because I know it's not very high tech.
No, it's not at all. basically went to Walmart, bought a camera just because it said HD on it. I was like, that'll make an HD video. Perfect. Took my one spare bedroom, moved it all out of there, and then I put up a bed sheet, just a white king-size bed sheet, I think it was. And then that was hanging from the ceiling, so I've got the white backstop. And then you go to your hardware store and just look for clamp lights. They're literally just these big lights that clamp right onto something. You shine one or two on each side, and you blast it against your white background, your bed sheet. And then basically what the camera will do will take that light and be like, there's too much light going on. We got to turn this all white. And it does. So it just looks professional. And that's the setup. I showed you the picture in the training. It looks ghetto, but the videos don't, you know.
It's awesome because I have like a stand with this light and all this, you know, and I'm like, gosh, is this so ghetto? I don't think this will come across right. And it does, you know, and just with the right lighting, and daylight is even good, and not having your camera, you know, not doing this.
Yeah.
Your camera, and I don't know if you guys can see all that, but it's so true. It's just how you come across. Just I personally think branding now, no matter what your brand is, everything should be just clean and simple, because they need to see you and they need to see your message and not necessarily what's going on in the background. But, well, cool. Well, thank you so much for your time. I have pages and pages of notes, and I'll share some of that stuff that I've written down with the team. But thank you for your time and all of your energy, and we really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me, Meredith. Seriously.
Yeah, for sure. All right, and we'll see you on Facebook.
Yes, ma'am. All right, guys.
All right.
See you later.
Have a good one.